Tonight, political fallout. After some Northeast Minnesota mayors endorsed President Trump, a petition is circulating asking one of them to resign. And a lawsuit challenging Minnesota's governor's emergency restrictions has its day in court. What the judge had to say. Plus, struggling to stay afloat, Duluth's arts and entertainment industry has taken a big hit for the last 6 months. How they're surviving the pandemic.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Kristen is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. Some Chisholm residents want their mayor to retract a public show of support for President Donald Trump. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with some residents and the mayor, who says he has no plans to do so.
6 northeastern Minnesota mayors are getting national attention after signing a letter supporting President Trump's re-election campaign, a letter that first came to light during Vice President Mike Pence's recent visit to Duluth. Among the mayors is Chisholm's John Ciampa.
I wouldn't consider myself a conservative or a liberal for that matter. I vote for both parties, and I believe President Trump's policies support mining, logging, things that the other side with their environmental agenda seem to hold back on.
Ciampa's public support for President Trump has some Chisholm residents saying they don't feel the mayor's words represent the entire city fairly.
His vote should be private and personal, just like everyone else's. And whether you're Republican or Democrat, he's supposed to represent the city as a whole.
So a number of residents have started a social media campaign asking Mayor Ciampa to retract his support. Karen Marino is one of them.
But I think he made a mistake here, and I would like him to retract and let the Chisholm citizens decide for themselves who they want to vote for.
But Ciampa says people disagreeing was expected.
I took a personal political stand, which I have a right to do, and obviously not everybody's political ideology on this subject match mine.
But one thing he says is for certain, he won't be going back on his word.
I have no intentions of retracting my endorsement of President Trump.
We also heard from the Chisholm City Council tonight. They plan to consider a resolution at an upcoming meeting reaffirming the city as a neutral entity when it comes to politics. Mayor Ciampa added he supports the City Council remaining neutral. Meanwhile, that letter has sparked concern from labor unions as well. United Steelworkers penned a response to some of the claims made while the vice president was in Duluth. The letter was written and signed by USW District 11 leadership, including John Arbogast. We spoke with him at the Union Hall in Eveleth today. Between low steel prices, the pandemic, blast furnaces being shut down, and the ongoing issue of illegal steel dumping, USW leadership says the picture the mayors painted of the local economy and mining industry was far from the truth. While a few hundred miners remain out of work for the foreseeable future, Arbogast said the idea that local mayors would claim the range is roaring back to life is insulting.
Well, that comment was one of the big ones that really got my blood flowing, because if the Iron Range is roaring back, I want someone to go tell that to the over 300 people at Keetac that are laid off, have been laid off. It doesn't look like there's any hope for any of these employees into 2021. That's over 300 men and women, families, the other businesses that they support. Tell them things are roaring back.
In next week's Eye on Mining, we'll hear more from the Steelworkers Union on why they're endorsing Joe Biden for president and what they expect for the mining industry in the year ahead. Join us next Tuesday at 10. Kristen will have the full story. Duluth police are searching for a suspect after a man was shot twice last night. Officers responded to the sound of gunshots near Harbor Highlands apartments in the Central Hillside neighborhood just before midnight. Shortly after that report, an officer stopped a vehicle that ran a stop sign at an intersection near Essentia. The 28-year-old driver told police he was driving himself to the hospital to be treated for 2 gunshot wounds. He's still in the hospital in stable condition. The incident marks at least the 5th shots fired call police have responded to since Thursday morning. We're still waiting for police to address those numbers. Dave's here for our first look at weather tonight. Dave, really nice day out there for a lot of us.
Yeah, and temperatures were warmer than normal for some towns and close to normal for others. The climax perhaps to a warmer than normal summer. The numbers are in from National Weather Service Duluth, and these are focused on Duluth International Airport. August, almost 3 degrees warmer than normal. Both July and June were just a hair over 4 degrees warmer than normal. And as we reported at 5, that makes things second warmest summer in our recorded history, which goes back to 1871 and the founding of the precursor to the National Weather Service. Now, shifting away from temperatures to precip, there's a low pressure system coming our way from the west, and so later on tonight after midnight, there's a chance we'll get another round of rain like we had last night around 10 p.m. or so. And then our day planner for Thursday says the day should start off with a morning chance of rain. That should go away in the afternoon, and then things will start to clear, but they'll also cool. If we had 70s for a lot of places today, only the 60s tomorrow. Is that a sign of 50s to come? I'll let you know in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Minnesota DFL leaders are criticizing the GOP party's campaign style amid the pandemic. Today, DFL Party Chairman Ken Martin claimed the state's Republican Party holds events without following CDC safety guidelines. He specifically pointed to the statewide Women for Trump bus tour that made a stop in Hermantown last month. Martin says the GOP's campaign events include large crowds, are held indoors, and with few people wearing masks or social distancing. DFLers called it reckless and potentially deadly.
We need to be crystal clear about what's happening here. The Minnesota Republican Party's unsafe events could be spreading COVID-19 across our state, landing people in the hospital and even killing them.
The Minnesota GOP party responded today, saying in part that Victory Trump has and continues to comply with local, state, and federal guidelines while switching to in-person campaigning. New at 6, a Minnesota judge dismissed a lawsuit challenging the governor's executive orders during the coronavirus pandemic. 13 Republican legislators and a group of business owners filed the lawsuit. They claimed Governor Tim Walz abused his power and interfered with the legislative process when he closed schools, issued a mask mandate, and limited businesses' operations. But the governors and other DFLers say an emergency declaration is necessary. Michigan's governor announced 12 new neighborhood COVID testing sites will be open by the end of the week, and added that more than 20 will be opened in the weeks to come. However, the future of Michigan gyms and entertainment venues that were shuttered due to the pandemic remains unclear.
So we take this very seriously, and the decisions that I will make in the coming days and announce are made in a way that will be protecting athletes and families and coaches and parents and patrons, our small business owners as well.
At the same meeting, she also announced a new initiative by General Motors to donate 2 million child and adult-sized masks to Michigan schools in September. The arts and entertainment business is struggling to stay afloat. In Duluth, the North Shore Theater has postponed 9 shows since the start of the pandemic, with what seems like no end in sight. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez reports on their strategies to keep theater alive.
Performing arts organizations around the world are suffering.
The entire industry of live events, performing arts, culture, museums, everyone has really taken a huge financial hit.
For the North Shore Theater in Duluth, the pandemic caused the curtain to close for what seems like a lifetime, says artistic director of Family Theater, Amber Burns.
Sat down, and at the time we were like, okay, maybe like 2 weeks, maybe, and then it was like summer.
The North Shore Theater has had to postpone 9 shows. New artistic director Philip Fazio says he's hoping all of them can somehow make a comeback.
We're hopeful that when we're able to gather again, that maybe we'll be able to do some of those shows that we had originally planned.
Fazio says the theater is still shut down for the time being.
In order for us to pay for the productions, we need to be able to gather in a larger group size, so we need more people in our audience than is currently allowed.
Theater workers are now trying to come up with different ways to keep business afloat.
We've been strategizing about kind of rethinking what it means to be a performing arts organization at this time in our history.
So far, they've done summer theater camps and plan to do more in the fall.
When it is safe for us to meet again, we will, and we'll be back to doing the shows that everybody loves to see.
Meanwhile, UMD released their plan for performances. They plan to host shows online or outdoors, which will be free of charge, saying its theater schedule is more of a goal than a promise. Students at the University of Wisconsin-Superior headed back to class today. The university is operating on a hybrid model for the fall semester, meaning some classes will be held in person and others online. University reps say they have a strict cleaning regimen in place on campus and masks are required in all indoor public places. Still to come on Live, local CBS 3 meteorological summer ended Tuesday and it was a warm one. Tonight we hear from a climatologist to learn why it was so hot.
Normal high temp for today is 70. We beat that by 3 degrees, 73. Tomorrow, 63 may be the best we can manage, and by Labor Day, only 53. Well, we'll show you the 7-day forecast. Talk about these temperature trends in just a minute or two.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS 3.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
I've been suffering from PTSD and anxiety for 17 years. It has helped tremendously more than the pharmaceutical medication I've been taking.
To learn more, visit us online. Be well with us at Ketamine North Infusion.
Wow, is that really me?
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks. I have no wrinkles, no bags, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Plexiderm is a wonderful product. I look at least 10 years younger.
It's a facelift in a jar.
The people you're watching have just seen themselves in the mirror for the first time since we applied Plexiderm to their problem areas. Their reactions are real, and so are the results from using Plexiderm. What's even more amazing is that it takes less than 10 minutes. Now you can watch your under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet visibly disappear for just $14.95 by going to plexidermtrial.com and taking the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
This is really good. This is, I'm going to fill my bathtub with this stuff and get the whole body this time. All these lines are gone. I feel like a new woman.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. At our $14.95 price, it's the best time to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself. So if under-eye bags make you look tired and older, take the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge today for only $14.95. Just go to plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
This is a really weird house.
I choked on a banana.
The more twists, the more crazy the house is, the more people start to panic. I like that.
At this point in time, everyone else is fair game.
Are you gonna come after me? Like, stupid.
Like, I'm so ready to just, like, run in slime and flip upside down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm like, yes, black girl magic, let's do it.
New Big Brother All-Stars, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS. CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
There's another low pressure system coming our way, not the one that hit us last night after about 10:30 with buckets full of rain. Another one coming towards us from the Dakotas, and it's a windy one out towards the west, towards Montana. They're already facing wind advisories, and it's kicking up winds here, especially over Lake Superior. So tonight, there is a gale warning over much of the lake. Another night that's not really that great to get out with a small boat, and even some of the bigger boats probably have to exercise a bit of caution. Winds are going to stay up probably over the next day at least, and temperatures will come down as the cold front portion of the low slices through our region, stirring up a rain chance from about midnight tonight through noon tomorrow. We'll talk more about the odds of the payoff of that after a look at the current conditions coming in from Duluth International. It's 69 degrees currently after a high temp of 73 just a few hours ago. 42% is the relative humidity, and we have a westerly wind going 10 miles per hour. But of course, you get over the flat, resistance-less surface of Lake Superior, and those winds really pick up even double. So that's why boaters should be very cautious tonight. Air pressure is holding steady on the lower side at 29.7 and could get even lower once the low pressure system gets into our area. Right now it's lurking just off to the west. Current temps are in the low 70s for the Upper Peninsula, and we have low to almost mid 70s here in much of northwestern Wisconsin, including 73 for Ashland. 72 is the current reading in east central Minnesota, places like Moose Lake and Barnum. Also 72 for Silver Bay. Many Iron Range numbers, though, are down into the 60s here and lower 60s in border country. And because of the cold front of the low, yeah, today's 70s will become tomorrow's 60s. For the weekend, we could rebound back towards about 70 or so, but then by Labor Day itself and next week, we are going to tumble into the 50s for our high temps. Doppler map right now shows that higher pressure did flex its muscles earlier today and bring back a couple hours of sunshine for a lot of towns, but now from that low pressure system to the west, the clouds are increasing. The rain is starting to feel its way in towards the northwest angle. And as we go through midnight to noon tomorrow, like I mentioned, the rest of this low pressure system brings us a 40 to 50% chance for showers and maybe isolated thunderstorms. As far as rain totals go, likely will be concentrated near the Canadian border with a ½ inch to an inch possible there, but the rest of us may only manage about a tenth. Tonight, Minnesota temperatures, they will go from 50 to 56 degrees as clouds increase. Wisconsin and Michigan temperatures will be 53 to 58 with increasing clouds there as well. Tomorrow, 50% morning chance for rain for Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula. Afternoon high temps only near 65. And for Minnesota, it's a 40% chance for that morning rain. High temps near 60 inland, a little bit warmer by the lake. And now with the extended forecast here, well, for Friday and Saturday and Sunday to start Labor Day weekend, we'll push back towards 70. But Sunday gets a rain chance, so does Labor Day Monday, and that cold front takes us down to 62 for Monday, Tony. And then by Tuesday and Wednesday, 57, about the best we can manage.
Burr, I can't believe it's already time to start talking about 50s is the highs.
Yeah. Warm summer, but now autumn is threatening to come down a little bit cooler than normal.
Snuck up on us, too. Thanks, Dave. Meteorological summer ended Tuesday, and it was a hot one. 2020 will go down as Duluth's second warmest summer on record. We saw average temperatures around 67.1 degrees. The top 3 hottest summers in Duluth have all been recorded in the last 14 years, with the warmest happening in 2012. We talked with one of Minnesota's state climatologists to learn why this summer was so warm.
In Duluth, right around the area, there's a moderate drought going on right now. Duluth's a little over 6 inches short of normal for precipitation for the year. So dry ground heats up better than moist ground. So right around Duluth, that's why it was the second warmest summer on record.
Boulay says the drought was the main cause for this summer's heat, but the overall trend in the Northland is both warmer summers and warmer winters. New data shows Minnesota's tourism industry took a $5 billion hit due to the pandemic-related drop in travel. That's according to Explore Minnesota, the state's tourism promotion office. They surveyed more than 300 lodging businesses across the state, including hotels, motels, campgrounds, and vacation home rentals. Almost half reported a larger than normal number of their guests were Minnesota residents. Resorts and campgrounds did better than hotels and motels, especially in greater Minnesota. Still, 60% said business was down, and many expect that to continue into the fall. The biggest losses come from the cancellation of large events and conventions. Coming up in sports, things are looking very different for UMac sports this year. Kelly tells us why coming up after the break.
Up to 60% off on summer clothing and footwear from the North Face and Columbia at Northwest Outlet.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The affordable new MX series has a lot to offer. The versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade, and clear brush and snow. A spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. Excellent loader lift capacity, hydrostatic or gear transmission options, and built to get every job done right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
No one serves you better than Bullet Implement.
Today, we help people. We help them shine bright. Walk with confidence. Help them play like the kid they are. Even plan for a healthy future. Outpatient surgery excellence. Lakewalk Surgery Center.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
I've smoked, I've drank coffee, I drink red wine. It makes my teeth darker. And using Power Swabs, it's made a difference. People ask me, what do you do to whiten your teeth? And I'm really proud to tell them that I use Power Swabs.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it around my teeth, and that was it.
The secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
When I used these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth today by ordering Power Swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Yes, 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
There's been so much uncertainty around the future of college sports this year, especially at the Division III level. The NCAA has advised D3 schools to suspend play for all fall term sports due to the COVID-19 pandemic, while the UMAC and MIAC have done that. Nobody is giving up hope just yet. Today, the UMAC released a plan for fall sports to be played in the spring, including dates and game schedules. This includes football, volleyball, soccer, and golf. The UMAC is also giving its member schools permission to schedule contests outside this conference during the spring semester. But for now, great news for local D3 athletes who now have actual dates to look forward to this spring. For a full list of dates, you can head to our website and click on the sports tab. And speaking of football, St. Scholastica football has been in full swing as they began practice earlier this week. With the Saints not scheduled to play until April now, the team is treating their normal fall practices like it was their spring season, except later on in camp, the team will be allowed to put on pads for practice. On top of that change, team meetings have been moved to the field house in an effort to promote social distancing. Players are required to wear masks during those meetings, and head coach Mike Heffernan says it's a lot to get used to, but the team is just glad they get the opportunity to play.
It's a relief to be back together. It's extremely great to have everybody back and spend our time together. So I'm just valuing right now all the time we get together because it's been so long since we've had that opportunity.
Coming in as a freshman, we never expected to have anything like this. So then obviously every year moving forward, we never expected anything either. But due to COVID, we're all just glad to be back and getting into the swing of things regardless of how much we can do.
And coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear how the St. Scholastica volleyball team is making do this fall without any games to play. The return of Byron Buxton and Michael Pineda to the Twins roster proved to be very good for the team last night. The team rode a 6-game losing streak facing the Chicago White Sox. Pineda on the bump for the first time after serving his 60-game suspension. He recorded 6 innings with 4 strikeouts. Twins escaped the slump with a 3-2 win.
Rocco's great at, keeping us going. People weren't happy. Obviously, you're never happy when you're on a losing streak, but we got a great clubhouse, and everybody came out and played together well as a team. It was fun to be a part of it.
Coming back off of this, I wasn't trying to do too much, just trying to get out there. Kind of like to think of myself as an energetic person. So once you get things started and rolling, that's when we start clicking. So it's kind of one of those things where my teammates, they just told me to be myself before the game, and things are happening on its own. So, that things fell in place for us.
And Buxton, who has been on the injured list for the Twins for the last 11 games, made his presence known with an RBI single and one incredible catch in left center.
I caught it. I was going to throw it back in, but my hand was shaking too much. I dropped it. Everybody knows I'm all about the ball. So once it went up, I'm all in on the ball. And I think the biggest thing I took was I didn't slam into the wall.
The Twins play tonight at Chicago for Game 4. Third baseman Josh Donaldson has been activated from the 10-day injured list. And it will be the curtain call for the team's longtime broadcaster, Bert Blyleven. Blyleven announced via his Twitter earlier today that he is moving into a special assistant position with the Twins organization. The Hall of Famer pitched 11 of his 22 years in the majors with the Minnesota Twins. His 25 years in the booth are unmatched among any Twins broadcaster. You and I are both from the Twin Cities. Yeah. We know that man very well.
We really do. And that's a sad day. He's been calling baseball games my entire life, essentially.
My entire life as well. Circle us, Bert, please.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10 on Monday, Mayor Jim Payne announced a proposed funding increase to the Superior Police Department's budget. Later tonight, we hear from the Superior's police chief on what the funding will go toward if approved by City Council. Well, hospitals often bring in therapy dogs to help soothe patients as they receive treatment, but a new type of canine could be used to help doctors gather vital information from COVID patients. This is Spot, and he comes equipped with an infrared camera to get the vital signs without a doctor present. We're talking skin temperature, breathing rate, pulse rate, and blood oxygen saturation, all done remotely with the aid of a robot. The science could help keep COVID-19 exposure down. If I'm in the hospital, I don't think I want that thing coming anywhere near me.
I prefer, humans to robots.
Dave, sunny day, but that could come to an end, huh?
Yeah, when sunset rolls around.
Yeah, that's true.
My favorite joke. Yeah, tonight's going to become dark and perhaps a little bit rainy as our latest low pressure system comes in around midnight or so. And then through noon tomorrow, that brings a good 40 to 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Perhaps a half-inch to an inch of rain near the Canadian border. The rest of us may get about a tenth. Then by Friday, it clears up and stays that way through Saturday.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at 10 o'clock tonight.